Trump administration has launched a new system to issue tariff refunds to companies. The U.S. Supreme Court ruled those tariffs were unlawful, requiring $166 billion in repayments to U.S. importers. Customs and Border Protection says that it'll consolidate refunds into a single electronic payment.